Ooh, this ain't working. I would dead ass do that shit on for real.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else in between?
Yeah.
For our long-time Rhinos and Aliens fans, that's a little nice random skit for you guys, but we're going to get into the show. Thank you guys for joining us for yet another episode of Sports from All Angles. This is the 18th episode, so thank you for supporting this. And just like every other episode, this is where we're picking up the news and what stands out to us the most. I said news.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I thought you did.
Yeah, we're in that sexual mind.
Set the news.
Yeah. But thank you guys. This is the Sports from All Angles show, and like always, we have Francis at the center. To my right, we have the one and only.
We have Michael today.
Awesome. And to my left, who do we have today?
Good question. But you still got DJ Donnie D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so there's
Who do we have?
This has been a little a very less busy week than normal, which is good because we can actually dive and get more specific and explain and talk and converse. But first off, I just wanted to let you guys know, everybody out there, the World Cup is starting in 2018, and Italy, for the first time since 1958, is not going to make the World Cup. And this is so impressive because they've made 14 straight World Cups, which was the 13th longest streak in the World Cup history, and it's not going to happen. And this is a weird year, or a weird World Cup, because for the first time that I know of, Italy, the United States, the Netherlands, and Chile are not going to be in the World Cup, and these four teams are known for going to the World Cup. Like the United States we talked about a couple weeks ago, they haven't missed it since the 1980s. And now you have Italy since the 1950s. It's like, wow, there's a little shake-up. So I just wanted to point that out, show some love to the soccer people out there, or if you're not from our country, you call it football. So just wanted to show you guys some love.
That makes it a lot more interesting, especially when dynamos are, they're not an equation.
Yeah.
So
now,
it's all up in the air.
Now, to be clear, Brazil and the Germans, they both made it, and they have the two longest streaks going. So those two are still in there. And when you think about, when people talk about soccer, the Germans have been the new dominant power, and Brazil has just been the most consistent for ages. So those two are still there. But Italy, man, that's surprising. So, but to move on, we do have some baseball news. Unless something random pops up, this is officially the end of our baseball news. The awards were handed out for MLB Best MVP. Oh, okay, I'm just messing up. The MVP award, the Cy Young Award, Rookie of the Year, and Manager of the Year. And in baseball, these awards are always divided between the leagues, which is kind of cool because, let's be honest, LeBron James plays in a different league than Steph Curry. So that should, if you want to go to a two-league voting system, that does change how individuals perform and stuff. So, and it's always nice to have two individuals win something like this, because especially in baseball, there's so many players and stuff and so many standout performances. But if you guys want to jump in at any point, the AL MVP went to Jose Altuve from the Houston Astros. He's actually the third player ever to win the MVP and win the World Series in the same year. Okay. So that's neat. Right. And the Miami Marlins dominant home run king who hit 59 home runs, Stanton, I can't pronounce his first name if anybody wants to try that.
Giancarlo?
Perfect. That's exactly. Michael, he's the dialogue expert right here. He won, and what's so impressive about him winning, he's actually only the 6th player ever to win the MVP award on a losing team. So, of course, last year Mike Trout won, so it doesn't seem like a big deal, but this normally does not happen, so don't get used to that. So that's what I want to say about that. The Cy Young Awards were almost as obvious as the MVP awards. The Cleveland Indians pitcher Kluber won, and down the stretch he was dominant in the regular season. He was part of that 20+ win streak. He was a big part of that, so he won. And then Max Scherzer for the the Washington Nationals, he won, and this is his third Cy Young Award, and that's important because he's in elite category. It's like he's only one of 10 pitchers to ever do that. So once you hit that third, it's like winning 3 MVPs. You're almost guaranteed Hall of Fame status. So
that's incredible. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's, and for the past 5-6 years now, it's been him and Clayton Kershaw. So when one doesn't win, the other wins. So just so you guys know, when they're in the same league, of course. Now, Rookie of the Year, this was the most obvious. It was Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger. Aaron Judge hit the most home runs in MLB history with 52, I believe. And Cody Bellinger hit the most home runs for a National League Rookie of the Year. And to point this out, he is the 18th Dodger to win Rookie of the Year. That's 9 more than any other MLB team in history. So I just want to show some love to that. Both unanimous, which is something unheard of. Only the 5th time that's happened. And I honestly don't know these two managers personally, but the jobs they did getting their teams to the playoffs compared to the previous season, Paul Molitor of the Minnesota Twins, and Torre Lavuya, yes, they both made the playoffs. And the key thing too, the Twins manager, he deserved to win because last year they lost 100+ games, as we talked about, and they made the postseason this year. So that's some real shit right there. And Arizona Diamondbacks, his team won 30+ games compared to the previous year. So
okay,
so that's
improvement. Yeah,
so I just wanted to show those awards, let you guys know, because for our baseball fans, if we have any. And yo, it's just whenever you can win awards like this, like Defensive Player of the Year and Coach of the Year, even though it's still somewhat biased, you still need to do something to be part of the discussion. And when you actually win, it's just impressive. So, alright, so we're going to go to Danielle with some basketball news. And he is going to jump in with some football because...
Nah, we're going to wait on that. We don't want to talk about that football. But some ups and downs with that football. But starting off with the NBA, we're going to give a shout out to the great legend, Greg Popovich. He became the 3rd coach in the NBA history to win 500 road games.
Yeah,
so congrats to you, my man.
Third.
Yeah, only a 3rd. And yeah. I think, I'm not positive, but I think he actually has a better winning percentage on the road than like he has more. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Okay, what I was trying to say is that he, in terms of standards for the league, he is a better coach on the road than at home. In terms of, you're supposed to win more games at home than on the road, yet his road wins are very close to his home victories. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay. So they're very close. Okay.
Yeah, so he overachieves even more when he's on the road than when he's at home. So
that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to want to win more
on the road.
But
yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. But other than that, DeMarcus Cousins became 3rd player, also 5th time to reach 400 points and 200 rebounds in the first 15 games. So congrats to you, my man.
And to clarify to you guys, when he says 5th time, this is only the 5th time in NBA history somebody has done this in the first 15 games. So DeMarcus Cousins, I wish you were a Laker, because can you imagine him on this young team?
Let's not go there.
Okay.
Let's not go there.
I do want to say this. The Lakers, if they had DeMarcus Cousins, would be better than the Pelicans, because the Pelicans are underachieving when you have the 2 dynamite players they have.
Yeah, they definitely are. They also have, like, DeMarcus Cousins, like, bringing up the ball, too, which is kind of weird to me.
Especially when you have Anthony Davis, you know, because he is the better ball handler, as we were talking about a couple days ago.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't know. It's like, it's just weird for me to have a big man bring up the ball besides, well, no.
Besides Blake Griffin?
No. Well, actually, right now, it's like 3 people who brings up the ball as big men.
Guinness counts?
Yeah.
4.
Look, are you going to count LeBron? Because
I was counting the center for the Nuggets.
Bro, yes. We don't have any highlights about them, but...
He's man, he's being amazing this year. He's amazing. His ball control, his handle, his passing vision is amazing.
Yeah.
But other than that,
they're a team to watch for the future. Most
definitely. But shout out to Celtics. You know what I'm saying?
They keep winning.
They keep winning. They went 0-2, and it was like, boy, we ain't losing another game. Yeah. And it was like, shout out to my man Gordon Hayward. You know what I'm saying?
They must be doing this for him, right?
Exactly.
Because
like, you come back, don't worry. You coming back to a strong team.
They might be the next dynasty, bro. In terms of like, and don't forget, the Celtics still have a whole bunch of first-round picks that they stacked up from the previous year. So it's just
they're on their 15th game win streak. I don't know if they played today or not, so I'm not 100% sure. But other than that, last game they was amazing.
Yeah, and don't forget their 14th straight win came against the freaking the Warriors, where the Warriors had yet another double-digit lead that they let slip away. So
just fourth time in the first 17 games, which is amazing. All other 4 teams went to the finals, so hopefully, the Celtics can make it to the finals. I won't put it past them, truthfully.
The biggest thing is the Cavs, right?
Yeah,
That's the number one thing everybody comes to. Oh, but they need to get through the Cavs. And I know it's like that switch, but every team gets in their run where they can't turn the switch on again, Mm-hmm. And this team, the one thing they were missing last year was a person who could get buckets without a scheme, And they have that this year in Kyrie. So
but not just Kyrie though. Like Jaylen Brown.
Oh, I know.
He's scoring over 15. Last game he had like 27, I believe.
Yeah, he had like 22 or something against the Warriors. So
yeah, and they also have help off the bench too, which is amazing.
And this is without Hayward.
Yes, they actually have help all around. So they even have like Jason Tatum scoring like 15 at least or more coming off the bench. So that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
But I guess I give a shout out to Lonzo.
Tonight, as we were getting the stats, I was like, what? It was last second. I was like, yo, I have to put this in there because of, Mr. Hater over here.
Okay, but we don't know how many points
No, I got it. Right here. Okay,
yeah,
well, what do you want to say first before
before that, we're gonna talk about the
Okay, cool.
Let's do the standings. All around division standings, or not division standings, the overall standings for who's number 1. We'll do top 5. All right, guys.
Okay.
Number 1 is Boston, of course, and they're 15-2. Number 2 is actually Houston. They actually came back up with Chris Paul coming back. He actually came from an injury. And
first time in almost a month, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And even though within that month, his last 2 games, he had at least 15 points to 14 points. And he averaged 8 assists and only playing in 22.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's great. That's the key thing. He's averaging 8 assists, 15 points in just 22 minutes. So
exactly.
Still being a difference maker.
Yeah.
So he's not playing as full minutes as he wants to, but he is playing efficiently.
Which is smart.
No, go.
No, I was about to say just coming back from injury. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, what's their record now? Because they were 11-4 before he came, right?
Now they're 13-4.
Wow. So Houston, I'm going to show some love. I didn't believe in that dynamic duo, but James Harden he might not play the best defense, but offensively, he is so skilled. It's just...
He can play the point guard and play the shooting guard and play the 3. So...
His team believes in him, like, his team believes when he's on the court. And what's another sign of a leader,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Number 3, top team is Golden State. They're right behind Houston with 12-4. But I don't know if they can keep on winning. KD just got injured, so...
Really?
Yeah.
What type of injury is it?
It's not big from what I know. I think it's a concussion.
Oh, okay, so I'm not worried about that because my first thing was I thought you were going to say knee or foot,
Oh, no, it's just a concussion. So he'll be out for, I'd say like 2 games maybe.
But
maybe.
Curry balled out, bro. Whenever Durant is not playing, he balls out. He had like 37 and 7 assists in the most recent game. So Curry, he still for some reason gets overlooked. And I think he's the most dangerous.
Point guard? You would say that?
I would, just because you can't guard his 3-point shots. And I know about Westbrook and stuff like that, but the thing is, if you put enough people and you pound Westbrook, he will eventually tire. And he doesn't have a reliable shot. Curry, yes, if his shot's off, then he's done for the game. But whenever his shot is just decent, you always have to guard him like front and back, you know? And when his shot is on, like it was, I believe it was tonight, he puts up 37 points and he didn't even attempt 20 shots, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So, quite frankly, you just can't underestimate him.
Yeah, definitely, sure. Number 4, we have Toronto, surprisingly to me.
Right.
This is number 4. They're not top 8. They're number 4.
Yeah.
But their record is 11-5 with their leading scorer DeMar DeRozan scoring 25 a game.
DeRozan is that boy.
The past 2 seasons, because last year for most of the season he was averaging 30. So
yeah, so hopefully he can overachieve his goals.
But before you move on, I do want to point out though, I feel like every year for the past 4 or 5 seasons, we're always talking about Toronto. They get 50+ wins, and they're slowly getting better every year.
Short against Cleveland.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it definitely does. Hopefully this year they get some recognition or something. But number 5 is another surprising team, Detroit Pistons.
Bro, yes.
And they're 10-5.
Bro, it is
with their lead scorer Tobias Harris scoring 19.3. So,
but bro, you know what's crazy? You know their center Drummond, Andre Drummond. He's technically having a renaissance. Well, not a renaissance, a career year, because he's getting his average 12.5 plus rebounds. He's slowly inching up points wise, where he's averaging like 13, 14.
I think like 13, 14, yeah.
Yeah, but the key thing is, now he's making over 70% of his free throws. And for his career, it was below 40. So if he starts getting fouled or he can stay in the game late, those point totals are going to skyrocket. So watch out for him for most improved player. I know that sounds dumb, but there's a real shot at that.
Yeah, definitely. It was yeah, I guess he can be most improved.
Well, if he goes from his average 13 points and by the end of the season he can average 20, and bro, think about it. You go from 38% to 70+ free throw shooting. That should be an achievement on its own. Because look how long Shaq or Jordan from the Clippers, that's his name, right?
DeAndre.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan. They can't find their free throw shot to save their life. Dwight Howard, you know? Dwight's been in the league for 10 plus years now, right?
I would say.
Yeah, so that's...
Wouldn't say any shorter.
Well, no, he came in around, what? 2006?
Yeah, so, yes, it's 10...
It's about 10 years.
Yeah,
or 11, actually. So, yeah. But, we also have one more with Kyle Kuzma. It is Kyle Kuzma, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put that in because you're somewhat a fan of him, so...
Yeah, I'm an upcoming fan of him. Kyle Kuzma has
Lakers.
Yeah, he's with the Lakers.
Yeah.
I actually like him. I don't like the Lakers, but I like him.
He's technically the rookie of the year for the Lakers.
Yeah. He won't get it. But,
tell me about him.
But other than that, he has 5 20-point plus games and tied with most with rookies, I think.
Yeah.
Tied for the most rookie.
Yeah. So I thought that was impressive because you think all the attention has been Lonzo for multiple reasons, and then the main stats.
Ben Simmons and all that.
Yeah, Ben Simmons has been the stats stuffer, but the scorer and more consistent scorer has been Kuzma. And I was like, oh, the Lakers. He was the guy who was traded from the Nets, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he was traded. Yeah, the 27th pick traded from the Nets, and the Lakers probably didn't think anything of him, and he might be around next year. So
He thinks he should have been 5th. I think he should have been 5th. He's actually a really good scorer to me.
He's playing better.
Even in the summer league, he was averaging over 20 points. So I think he could be a really good dominant player. They just give him more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he keep the same minutes to me. I mean, he's averaging 20.
He's averaging over 15.
Yeah, he's averaging over 15.
Or around 15.
But he's coming off the bench averaging 15. So if he starts, he can average easily over at least 22 at least or something around there. So I feel like he's definitely an up and coming player. Definitely.
Yeah.
Need to start him and take Lonzo and sit him down.
We're not going to get into this.
I was waiting for that to come in.
Okay, that was a perfect transition, bro, because no love for Lonzo. And this is what I want to say. When you meet a person, do you blame their parents? Like, do you not like a person because of their parents? Like, what if you meet the love of your life, right?
Yeah.
And she has some racist dirtbag parents, right?
Okay.
Are you going to say, fuck you, bitch? No.
Hey, you can't be saying that on this show.
Well, we started with this, so it's kind of... You feel me?
But yeah, no, I wouldn't. I would definitely say, forget your parents, though. I'm not coming back.
And thank you, Danielle. We're trying to keep this professional. I respect that, bro.
Hey, that's what's up.
But I just want to say, okay, the first thing Danielle was going to say, oh, he only scored 11 points.
Yeah, 11 points, guys.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
He's a starting point guard. I can
this.
score more with the minutes he has.
We don't know this.
I do know this.
Okay, but 11 points, 16 rebounds,
Okay.
and 11 assists. And the key thing, when he was on court, the Lakers outscored their opponents by 29 points.
Okay, he did a good job then.
So I know it's 11 points, and I'm not giving him a pass for that. But whenever a point guard can get 16 rebounds,
that's spectacular.
and they're unselfish rebounds. It's not like Westbrook rebounds where he's like, yo, I want this, how many rebounds to get this triple-double. It's no, the ball comes to him, or it's in his area, and he's like, okay, I'm going to grab it. And then 11 assists. Bro, give him 2-3 years, he might be like the next Steve Nash, the next John Stockton. You know, he is that good, bro.
Jason Kidd.
I thought you were supposed to say Magic or something.
No, well, the obvious comparison is Magic because of his height and stuff. But the best comparison, especially with his shooting woes, is Jason Kidd. But the way he sees the court, yes, Jason Kidd. Like, the best comparison in terms of play style and everything is Jason Kidd, so thank you. So I just wanted to show some love to my boy. The Lakers are probably going to have a losing record for the 4th straight season, which is unheard of. It's unheard of, but show some love, you know? So
Kuzma, though.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, he got his second triple-double in just 17 games, which is nothing. That is like the top. That's the.
It ain't nothing like Westbrook.
That's the 6th fastest in NBA history. And of course, Ben Simmons got it in 9, but I just want to show some love to that.
It ain't nothing like Westbrook, though.
I can still respect
Westbrook
that, though.
got his first game.
Westbrook?
Mm-hmm.
But he's not in the category, so just.
You said his first game?
Yes, he had a triple-double his first game.
Are you sure about
This
this?
season, yeah.
Well, this I'm talking about in NBA career.
Well, okay. You got that.
Yeah, an NBA career, to clarify. Okay, well, to clarify, he has 2 triple-doubles in his first 17 career games.
Okay, you got that one.
Okay.
Congrats.
Okay.
You bum.
Now we're going to move on to some NFL news. Mike, if you want to do what you brought up and then add whatever spice you want to.
Okay, sure. I'm kind of all over the place with this information, but we'll get right to it. I wanted to bring up the Bills versus the Chargers.
Wait. If personally, bro, can we finish this last so Danielle could bring in some...
Sure.
Well, I'm sorry, Jamario.
I do want to bring up Pittsburgh and Tennessee.
I'm glad you did.
Ben Roethlisberger threw for 299 yards, 4 touchdowns. Antonio Brown scored 3 of those with 10 receptions and 144 yards.
Can I add something to that, bro?
Sure.
Antonio Brown, the past 2 seasons now, has 9 games with multiple receiving touchdowns and 100+ yards. And the only person behind him is the great Odell. And
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ben Roethlisberger finished that game too, 15 for 16 with 3 passing touchdowns.
That is a fucking
so it makes
amazing.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he finished clutch. So I just wanted to add that, like, those stats aren't they're impressive, but the way he finished is like, wow, that was some Drew Brees stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, continue.
I'm sorry I missed the score. Pittsburgh won 40, Tennessee 17. Tennessee's QB Mariota 22 for 33 and 306 yards, 4 interceptions, and 1 touchdown.
Yes!
Those 4 interceptions pretty much hurt.
Yeah,
Yo, what's going on
like
this week with interceptions?
Let's not go there.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back to that.
I'm going to talk about the Redskins and the Saints. The Saints pulled through for another win, 34-31.
Yeah.
Redskins blow a 15-point lead.
This was the Saints, right? Against the...
Yeah, Saints against the Redskins. And the Redskins also lost their running back, Chris Thompson, with a broken fibula the late third quarter.
Oh, damn. Yo, injuries this year, man. It's just... I don't know if you got this since we're on the injury thing. I just want to point out, Seattle lost another defensive stud in Chancellor, their safety.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, bro, last week they lost Sherman to a Achilles rupture, and now they're losing Chancellor. And I hate to put a team out, but yo, Seattle, they have no shot at the Super Bowl now. Especially because most likely they're going to face Drew Brees, right? And the Saints. And bro, Drew Brees is going to light that secondary up.
And we on a win streak, so we ain't trying to lose, baby.
Sherman, you said he had a...
They're both done because Chancellor, something happened with the neck, and then in football, you know, the neck is serious. So they basically said he's done. He's on IR. So it's like, bro, it's like they were finding their groove too, and it's just, this might be the end of the Boom Squad, right? That's what they were called, the Seattle defense when they won the Boom Squad. So
yeah. That's unfortunate.
And as Kobe showed, if Kobe can't come back from Achilles injury,
there's pretty much no hope for mankind. I mean, Kobe. Wow.
Kobe came back from so many injuries.
Right.
But yeah.
Kobe had that heart, man.
Right.
And Daniel, before he moves on from the Saints thing,
Oh yeah, let me talk about my. Who gonna say they're gonna beat them Saints?
I just wanted him to.
My man Saint. I said my man Saint. My man Drew Brees. He threw for 380 plus passing yards, 11 for 11. Dang, come on, man. Stop being great.
Well, he finished 11 for 11.
He finished 11 for 11. Come on, man. Just stop being great, you know?
Finish the stat line to boast your...
Just stop it, man. He had 2 passing touchdowns and... what?
160 yards.
160 yards. Awesome. Finishing with, what, 6?
No... Okay, he's so hyped right now he can't even read. It was the thing is, Drew Brees had a great game, but he finished the final 6 minutes 11 for 11, 160 yards, 2 passing touchdowns.
What in the world does that say?
Final 6 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told you this before.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell me that part.
Okay, well the point is, yo, Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger finished clutch. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. Shouts out to him.
Yeah. Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints?
Nobody right now, bro.
Right.
8-0. Or I can't say 8-0.
That's just wild.
Yo, final 6 minutes too, you know?
Clutch time.
Yeah.
Eagles in Dallas.
Yes.
Eagles 137. Dallas 9. The kicker for the Eagles, Jake Elliott, he was taken out in the second quarter with a head injury.
The Eagles records now?
9-1.
I didn't write that down.
Oh yeah, they're 9-1. This is their 8th straight.
Yeah, I was about to say their record.
Keep that up. Like most people are saying, really didn't expect the Eagles to be on shit like this.
Don't play the Saints. That's all I gotta say.
Yo, no, but wouldn't that be an all-time great, theoretically speaking, NFC Championship game? The Saints.
That would be amazing.
Yo, and both offenses are playing. Continue, bro. I'm sorry. I love seeing great quarterback play, and Wentz.
No, go ahead.
Oh, and Wentz and Dak Prescott are, even though this game he had a bad game, he threw 2 interceptions in the first half.
That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. They came out with the W.
Yeah,
that's okay.
It's just it's beautiful to watch, you know. Continue, my bad.
Definitely. That was pretty much what I had for that one.
Oh, okay.
I at least had to get the score down and let you know what I went down. I'm not really a Dallas or Eagles fan.
Yeah, me neither. I just love that draft, because that draft, just so you guys know, had Goff, the Rams quarterback, 1, Wentz number 2, and then Prescott was like 3rd or 4th round, and that might go down as one of the 3 greatest draft class ever. Because Goff is with the Rams, and the Rams had the best offense, technically speaking, this year, even better than the Saints. So,
oh man, well, this is gonna suck because Minnesota versus the Rams.
Oh, so that's
Minnesota won 24-7. Apparently Vikings QB Keenum.
Yeah,
answers doubt on whether he can deliver as they triumph for the 6th consecutive win.
Yeah, because there's many people because he is the backup and he was filling in for Bradford, who Bradford was filling in for that one some quarterback from Louisville. I can't think of his name. And he's looking great. And okay, I take my comment previously back. The Rams are no longer the number 1 scoring offense. The Saints have taken over now. I didn't know they only scored 7 points, but the Vikings defense is legit. Okay, but continue.
Oh, the Vikings. Well, like I was saying, they got their 6th win. They're up to 8-2 now. I mean, that's just good ball.
NFC this year
it is filled with a lot of unpredictable things.
Yeah,
and that's what you look for in a game.
Yeah.
I wanna jump to Arizona and the Texans. The Texans won 31-21. Arizona coach Arians took the blame for team loss after calling a play that failed in the 4th quarter. As we all know, 4th quarter is crunch time. I mean, that's your last chance to take over the game. And as for him taking the blame, I would say I respect that because he knows what it takes to have his team prepared. What were you about to say?
I was just gonna say both of those teams have lost their starting quarterbacks, so it's like hard to predict like who should have won because Arizona just lost Palmer, and we all know about Deshaun Watson, who was having a record year for any quarterback, let alone an NFL quarterback. I mean, a rookie quarterback, So the Texans, they have all excuses to just drop dead. They lost their 2 best defensive ends with Watt and this other up-and-comer, and now they lost Watson, and they're still... That's coaching right there. When you have Jack Crap, Yes, I said Jack Crap. and you find a way, your team still believes. So, that's coaching.
That's what you need. Teamwork make the dream work.
Facts.
I'm going to jump to the Ravens and Packers. The Ravens scored 23, Packers 0. Packers lost Clay Matthews early on due to a groin injury, as well as Kenny Clark being carted away with an ankle injury and is said to be serious.
Is that the Packers too? Kenny Clark?
Yes.
Talk about another team being injury devastated.
Injury prone?
Yeah, but the Packers have been devastated. You lose Aaron Rodgers, your season's basically done, and now just all these other injuries. It's just before we move on, this is the 3rd shutout for the Baltimore Ravens this year. And
3rd?
Yeah, and technically speaking, every team that's had 3 shutouts in a season have gone on to the Super Bowl.
Did we miss out on my man Larry for the Arizona?
Oh yeah, I definitely did miss out on Larry. Larry Fitzgerald is the 5th all-time leading receiver with 15,100 plus yards. Past Tony Gonzalez.
I was talking about it, I'm pretty sure in one of these episodes. He's a quiet superstar.
Yeah.
Alright guys, please keep an eye out for my man's Larry Fitzgerald.
And as we were talking one week, and he's doing this with, on average, not the best quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Yeah, a year or two he has Kurt Warner, a year or two he has a good Palmer, but for the most part he's playing just 1,500,
and also,
man.
I found out that out of his whole career, I believe he only dropped, I think, 6 passes or 5 passes.
Yeah, it's single digits.
Out of his whole career.
What? Yeah.
His whole career, bro. So this is spectacular. What? And shout out because he a smart kid too. That's a smart kid. I'm not.
Oh yeah, he prides himself.
Yeah, and he just graduated. He got his bachelor's, all of that. Man, he out here eating. This is crazy.
That's crazy.
He only dropped 5 passes, bro, out of your whole career.
Might as well name a new football game after him.
Right.
And when you think about it, some wide receivers, they drop 5 passes in a freaking season, you know, and he's 10+ years now. And the key thing too is, for what we can see, he's not taking major hits. Yeah. So as long as he has the passion, he can still do this for a couple more years too. And he's always been a possession receiver, so it's not like he's losing his step or burst. He's always been about the patterns and stuff. And when you get the ball because of patterns rather than speed and stuff like that, you're never losing that, you know? So
yeah.
Shout out to my man Larry.
Yo, thank you for bringing that up, because we were about to pass him by and we were looking at the freaking stuff.
Alright, definitely. I want to jump to the Bengals and the Broncos. The Bengals won 20-17. Kirkpatrick picked off Bengals QB Osweiler.
Yeah, I think it's Osweiler.
Osweiler?
Yeah.
Fumbled and recovered it to run it 100 yards, no touchdown.
To be exact, isn't it like 101 or something like that?
No, it said 100 yards.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, but it's the longest return for a non-touchdown.
Right. So,
I mean, congrats, but still.
Yeah, this is... I don't know what to say about that stat, honestly.
It's a little, like, embarrassing, I guess.
He must be pissed off, because he's like, when am I going to get another shot like this? And
yep, it's kind of embarrassing. You walk home, what happened, man? That was all you, man. Well, you know, I got tired, bro.
I was about to fit the Pats in there real quick.
But real quick, before you do that, can I just say, because we're going to get to this point eventually, the Broncos are just another Buffalo Bills. They start the past 2 seasons 3-1, 4-1, and then please give me the... Yes. And just so you guys know, even with a shitty Peyton Manning, the team believed they could win, and they still won 12 games. So I just want to emphasize that. And I meant Dookie, but oh well. Continue.
The Patriots beat the Raiders 33-8. I just want to put in there, Bill Belichick passes Tom Landry for 3rd most wins in NFL history with 271.
Smooth transition, my brother.
You go, man.
I do want to, out of all respect, that's incredible, and I have a feeling as long as Bill Belichick keeps coaching after Tom Brady, he will prove the Patriots' success in terms of just like consistency is more so his greatness rather than Tom Brady. Because if you go to the history books with Bledsoe, the year Tom Brady tore his ACL, and then the 4 games he was suspended, the Patriots always stayed on top. Now with Tom Brady, they go from a great team to a legendary team, but I can be respectful. I can show my respects. I just want to point that out.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Just don't bring this up again.
Now, let's talk about these crappy Bills.
Wait. Do you have anything about the Browns, or you have anything else? Or we're going to finish with the Bills, right?
I still have the Roger Goodell thing.
Okay. You can hurry up and do that one. Go ahead.
Well, let me do the Browns. I just want to say they lost again. They're 0-10. This is the
0-10, bro.
Oh, I was gonna say this is the 2nd straight season they started 0-10. This is the 3rd straight season.
Oh my god. Number 3.
I just want to say, for Buffalo fans, yes, we can complain because they start so well and then they just poop the pants. But at least we get wins. You know what? At least
0-3.
Okay, so yeah, the Browns became just the 3rd team in NFL history to start 0-10 3 straight seasons. And this,
how many games is left? It's like
6.
They still won't even make the playoffs.
Oh, they were.
They won't even make the wild card.
Bro, they weren't gonna make the playoffs 2 games ago.
They ain't even gonna make sandwiches when they get home, bro.
And just to point how bad this is,
they bums. They ain't got no bread. They ain't got no house.
Just to point out how bad this
lost
is.
their job.
Yo, they're going to lose their jobs. You know who they passed up in the NFL draft?
Who?
Watson.
Oh. They need to fire their coach. Their
And I'm
GM.
talking about the quarterback Watson for the Texans, who was having a stud year until.
Yeah. Dang. They're stupid.
Yeah, and I believe they also passed up somebody last year too. I believe they had a shot at Wentz. So back-to-back years they passed up Wentz and then they passed up Watson. So just let that sink in. Okay, now let's do this Roger Goodell news because it's just funny. It's a thing about how the rich get richer and we poor folks just stay poor, but we gotta make a difference.
Apparently, Roger Goodell wants
We're middle class.
$50 million for his family.
What?
No,
50 million contract wise.
Yeah.
Health insurance for life for his family, and he also wants to use a private jet for life.
Okay, he's making $50 million. Why the heck does he need health insurance for his family for life? You can't pay for that, bro?
I mean, you never know. A person can go in debt real quick.
Bro,
Okay.
he wants $50 million every year until at least 2021. And this is to go off of the $30 million he's been making for like the past.
But that private jet part is
I got a
so
thought,
funny.
y'all. I got a thought. Hear
Okay.
this out. Okay. He wants the health insurance on his family, right? And with that private jet, he will make it crash in the mountains. So he can double his fortune. Not only will he get publicity from being brokenhearted, but he will also have many more opportunities to make money.
This got really dark.
It did, but it sounds so correct because like he can literally just keep getting it
And
and keep getting paid.
And think about it too. This will make the fans go on his side for like, because you know how he's had a bad couple years. Oh, he lost his family. We want Roger Goodell.
And he has a freaking lifetime jet, private jet. His kids will have a private jet.
Okay, so that was our funny segment. Yo, so from now on, we're going to try to have one funny segment for the show to have Michael put the mic in front of his face. But now it's time to get serious for your Bills fans.
Oh, Bills fans. Oh, y'all took a hurting. Bills.
I tried to keep it serious, right?
Bills lose
But
the Chargers.
The Bills is just
Chargers 54 to Bills 24. Peterman. Bills QB, which they had benched Tyrod recently, and they were trying Peterman. Throws 5 interceptions in the first half.
the first half, guys, not the first quarter. I mean, he threw like 3 in the first. But the first half.
And he's the only quarterback in NFL history. Well, he's the only quarterback since the NFL merger to have 5 interceptions in one half.
Guys, the first half.
And Michael, don't forget that key stat I told you about.
Oh yeah, and he got 5 interceptions on 8 completions. Incompletions.
Yeah. So he has 8 incompletions. 5 of those 8, because an interception is counted as an incompletion. 5 of his 8 incompletions.
So that means he only had 3 incomplete passes that was actually legit. So that means out of that, 5 of them was interceptions. You are fired. When I say you do not have a job, sir, you do not have a job. You're a legit free agent after this game.
The coach said he didn't regret the decision to put him in the game and bench Tyrod. He just regrets the outcome. I don't know what to say about that. I mean,
what does that mean? Okay.
Well, that coach, this is the same coach that says, I'll need everybody to feel like they're equal. I do not want to say my players are backup running backs or backup quarterbacks. You are a quarterback. You need to do your job. You are here for a reason. Yeah, and that guy's getting fired. He's getting gone.
I do want to point this out. When he said that quote, they were winning, and we were like, oh, that's a meaningful
that
quote.
That sounds really good, you know?
Now it's like...
He's trusting his team.
Now it's like, damn, bro.
That's like coal in the stocking.
It's just
Ho, Mr. Fire.
and I just want to point out, guys, when you think about it, okay, you don't regret your decision, but you regret the results, right? Doesn't that stem back to you regretting the decision?
Yes. It's really a redundancy.
Because the
oxymoron.
Because the whole reason you make a decision is for the results, right? Okay.
Yo, when I say this guy is fired, the GM's gonna be like,
Well, let's be clear. That quarterback, I think he's done in the NFL.
yo, he's done. First of all, he was 6 for 14. Only had 66 yards. Guys, this is the first half. The first half, he only had 66 passing yards. And not only that, but of course the 5 interceptions. Bro, when I say you have no job.
Well, to defend that, yo, I do want to point this out. The reason he only had 66 yards is because he kept throwing it to the other team. So you're not.
I mean, it was happy for you.
We're sorry, Jamario. But I do want to ask you this, though, bro. The first game that they got blown out by the Jets, you're like, okay, it's just one game.
This is number 2.
No, it's 3.
This is number 3.
Because last week they got blown out by the Saints.
Yeah, that is right.
So
But I already expected that.
And what was the stat? It was something. Oh, yeah. I just want to point this out. The last 10 quarters, so the last 2.5 games,
Yep.
they've given up 115 points. The previous.
I didn't expect that.
What, the point total?
No, his laugh out of nowhere.
I couldn't hold it.
Go ahead.
Well, the however many quarters that is, I believe it's the first 28 quarters, they only gave up 115. So.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, there's a reason why Daniel, when they were 5-2, said, "I'll believe it when I see it."
And like I said, down the drain. It's like water going down the faucet, guys. And they always disappear. I'm sorry.
Stop laughing for a minute.
Okay.
His stomach hurts from laughing too much.
Do you want to say anything else, or?
I bet you laugh if I say this. Bills.
Okay, well, if Michael wants to say anything else, he can, but I'm gonna move on to some college football.
Okay, well.
What is their record now? 5-4.
I just wanna.
Yeah.
I
think they're 5-5.
They lost 3 games. So yeah, it's 5-5.
Yeah, because the Jets, Saints, and now.
Damn.
I just wanna talk directly to the Cleveland Browns. Bro, just give it up.
He said we just gonna disband the team.
Y'all should just pack up and move to Misfit Island, dude.
Yo.
Yeah, I do want to say this. Even though we lost 3 straight, at least we can say we have 5 wins and we actually win more than 4 games a season.
I don't support Buffalo, so
That's terrible. You gotta say more than 4 games a season.
Yo, you know what they should do? They should make a Hawaiian team. That'd be pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, I think the number 1 choice to move there would be Cleveland because they need a new scenery.
They need to know everything. He said, throw the whole team away. We're gonna start fresh. Where's the draft?
But you know what's funny, bro? They've been starting fresh like every 3 years for the past 15 years. And every 2 or 3 years, they start fresh and like, oh, new GM, new freaking regimen, and every single time. They had that one good season, 10-6, and they still missed the playoffs.
At least they got the Cavaliers.
Yeah, how long is that going to be once LeBron leaves?
Technically, and they're not. And let's think about this. What's their record?
Oh, they
They're only
just
like
got
9. They're only like 9-7,
Yeah.
9-6. So they're not far away.
And let's emphasize, without LeBron James, the Cavaliers are,
I'm just saying.
And also, I want to put some shade out there. If it wasn't for somebody getting suspended in Game 5, would the Cavs really have a championship? I don't think so.
Oh, Draymond?
Yeah. Okay, but we're going to move to some college football. We're going to kind of end this on a little speed note because, we need to start doing that. This is what I was talking about, have more conversations. That was awesome. And we do apologize, Bills fans. It's just...
No, we don't. I don't. You suck.
The only thing I apologize for
Bills
is
fans.
all my ums. I apologize for that.
Oh, like the... Oh.
Yeah, that's just like I noticed like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, I said like 18 times.
Oh, my man, see, we're trying to get professional. Work with us over time, a year or two. We're gonna be.
All I'm saying is, Bill fans, you overhyped the Bills, and guess what happened? They came back down to
but they should have known this,
reality,
bro. They should have known this. This has happened 2 or 3 times the past 5 years now.
Exactly, and you guys just always have hope, and I always be like, I mean, I guess.
It's like, no, I'm not even gonna bring it there.
I will say this for
It's
me.
like poop coming out your butt.
For me, ever since the Giants in 2007 or 2006, they started 6-2. They finished the season 8-8. I do not praise any team until they get to 7-2 or better. Because once you get past midpoint in the season, that's when you could start making claims. But before that, as I showed with the Broncos, the second straight year, I was like, the Broncos are going to be good without Peyton Manning. Yeah, and look at their defense. It's been terrible. Okay, but seriously though, get to some college football. A recap from last week when the Tigers beat the Bulldogs. This was the 4th time they beat the Bulldogs when both teams were ranked in the top 10. And this is so impressive because in 1971, 1983, 2004, and 2017, of course, for some reason, every time both of these teams are great, the Tigers are always have the edge. So I thought that's a weird stat. It's probably not going to last forever, but when you could get 4 games in where you're winning weird statistic battles like that, I was like, oh, okay. The Tennessee Volunteers have been on the edge of mediocrity for the past decade now, to be honest with you. But this season, they just lost their seventh game, and if they lose their 8th game, this will be the first time in school history they've lost 8 games or more. And this is a big important reason because they're the only team besides Ohio State that's never lost more than 7 games. So in all Power 5 conferences, there's only been 2 teams that's never lost 8. Ohio State and Tennessee. So that's consistency for you. So that's in jeopardy next week. And I just want to shout out some love to the Oklahoma State's wide receiver James Washington. He became the 4th wide receiver in Big 12 history with 4,000 receiving yards. And that's impressive because 1 of 4 players. It's just... That's ridiculous.
You're officially top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5, top
Mr.
5,
Washington, I'm sorry I missed your games. You must have had some pretty nice highlights.
Yeah, and a big thing though, he has this quarterback who many people are thinking is going to be a top 10 quarterback. He's a gunslinger, so that always helps, So just I wanted to show some love to these standouts,
They should put him behind bars then.
Okay.
He's a gunslinger?
Well, is that really that strange in Oklahoma? Like, come on.
Yeah, you need to go to jail.
Oh, now we're gonna take stuff seriously, right?
Come on, man.
I want to show some love to my Ohio State Buckeyes. They, of course, won when the season's down the drain. But J.T. Barrett became the first Big Ten quarterback in their conference history with 100+ passing touchdowns. So that's in a conference with so much history as the Big Ten. That's incredible, especially from a dual threat quarterback. You don't think of that. So when you consider the passing touchdowns and the rushing touchdowns, it's insane. So
ridiculous.
It's a barrel full of monkeys, man.
Yes,
what?
Exactly, Michael. What does that really mean when it's said? Or does it depend on
that means it's just crazy. It's
okay, cool.
Hectic.
No, I was just asking.
I would say hectic. That sounds more legit.
Because for some reason I was thinking about Toy Story. The one.
Yeah.
Okay, random, but
I like that part.
Yeah. Nick Chubbs, the Georgia running back who we've been showing some love to lately, he actually became the 5th SEC player with 1,000 plus rushing yards in 3 straight seasons, or 3 seasons total, and it's been 3 straight seasons. And he's the second Georgia player, period, with 40 rushing touchdowns, only behind the great Herschel Walker.
Hey, oh,
yeah, that's him, right? Herschel. Yeah. Okay, so I wasn't messing that up.
Hey, chase that.
Yeah, so he has been a on the low radar if you're not keeping up with Georgia. To show James, our committed listener, when you get to this, USC won again. They've had their stumbles, but if they can finish the season strong, they should finish this season with a 12-2 record, because they beat UCLA, and it's like, that's a rivalry game right there. So they won 28-23. I want to show some love to our bro James. And whenever USC is good, that's good for college football. Now I'll show some love to Stanford. David Shaw has officially won 72 games, which is the most in their history, that's always impressive, and he's been a consistent force there. And talk about good coaching. They had 2 tough losses at the beginning of the season. They could have fallen over, but they kept fighting, so that's good. And Jim Mora, the coach for UCLA, guys, after that game, he was fired. Because his first 3 seasons, he won 29 games, but over the last 3 seasons, he's only won 17. So UCLA was like...
I think him, Peterman, and the Browns gonna end up having a kickback.
Yeah.
Like, yo, what's our next move, yo?
Yeah, for real. But UCLA has always been more so the basketball side of things. And then USC has always been more so the football side, so that's where the differences are. But that's all we have this week, unless you guys want to say anything else.
Yeah, speaking of that basketball, UNC, let's talk about LiAngelo's almost prison debt.
I'm glad he...
Yeah.
Just so you know,
Trump
this is going...
Well, he ain't my man, but Trump did get him out. I mean,
we presume, because only the presidents talked, and after they talked, he's
randomly out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But, LiAngelo, stop stealing, alright? Especially for some sunglasses.
When your family is as rich as they are.
You just got a Lambo before you even started college. What are you stealing?
No, that was the youngest. That was the youngest.
No, that was him. That was LiAngelo.
No, this is...
college.
No, this isn't LiAngelo. This is the middle brother.
Yeah, LiAngelo.
No,
LaMelo is the youngest.
Yeah, LaMelo got the Lamborghini.
No, LiAngelo got it when he started college for UCLA.
Okay, but LaMelo got one too.
LaMelo got signature shoes.
No, LaMelo got a Lamborghini, bro.
I don't know about that. I have to look that up.
I know this for a fact. He got both. Trust me.
Well, I know LiAngelo definitely got a Lamborghini.
Okay, well, you guys could decide.
But yeah.
Guys?
Come on, man.
I know we're...
But they did get in a tweet war. So... We're just gonna leave it on that.
Yeah, but
Trump and LeVar got in a tweet war.
Yeah, LeVar saying he really didn't help, and then Trump finished with the quote saying, "I should have left them in jail."
Yeah, so
I don't think they
better
be
appreciative that your son is not
especially in China, bro.
Yeah, bro.
They don't play in jail.
Eye for eye. They don't play that shit.
I will say this: I'm pretty sure Trump is going to be less forgiving next time if something like this happens. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I bet you won't touch nothing ever again in China, LiAngelo.
Yeah, bottom line, man, you have a really big opportunity that a lot of people across the nation.
Oh yeah,
really
also
work day and night to get to. So don't throw it away over something that
in China, like a lot of people are saying, if you're going to steal. Why would you do it in a non-democratic country, you know, or a non-Republican country, you know? It's just
no. Oh, and LiAngelo Ball, Cody Riley, and Jalen Hill, they was all participating, but they all also got suspended for indefinitely this whole year, so they won't be able to play basketball.
Oh, been. They said this entire year.
Yeah. So sorry, your season's over.
They legit said this entire year.
Yeah. It's literally they'll still go to school, but they can't play
basketball.
Yeah.
If it is the entire, I knew it was indefinitely, but if it is the entire year, bravo to UCLA, because that was a statement suspension for all 3.
Yeah. So sorry, your draft pick just went low, LiAngelo.
Okay, so this might be my favorite sports show. I mean, sports episode because we had some goofiness. Yeah, but this I buy. This is what I want. So if you like this new format where we had some rhinos in there, we had some funny moments, and we were actually able to get nice and for the most part deep and gritty with the stats, as Mike would always say.
As I would always say.
As you say after every episode.
Oh yeah.
He said, as I was always saying.
Like, comment, subscribe. Let your family know about us, friends, and give us some feedback. Interact with us. As I always say, we love the support.
Yeah.
And keep it going. It's nothing but love.
And as the Dada of Dons.
Of all Dons.
Yeah. What's going on? It's the Don Dada of all Dons, aka DJ Woo Kid. But yeah, guys, make sure you guys hit that description on the side. And if you guys want to talk to us personally, please don't be afraid. We are also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But we also are working on other social media sites. So please wait and stay tuned because it's coming near. It's coming soon near you. All right.
Yeah. What he said.
So as they both said, if you liked anything specifically about the show, if you do like this new, if you like the new setup of the our formats, do what Mike said. Let us know, because if you let us know and give us feedback, that push us to do this more often. And if you don't mind us actually going an hour every episode now, so we can actually get deeper into the stats and we can have some of those loose moments where we actually seem human, then let us know with that. And like Daniel said, if it's as a group of Rhinos and Aliens or if it's individually, talk to us. We want to know if we missed anything, if we might have mistaken something on the free wordplay. Let us know. We'll remember that next time, and we're always willing to learn and get better. Just be respectful, and we'll give you the respect back. So thank you guys, and peace out, everybody.
It's a wrap.
Peace.
So if you want to subscribe, just hit this bad boy up here, that big fat rhino. If you want the newest video, to the right. If you want the recommended, to the left. And then, of course, our personal dick pic. Yep, right below. So thank you for joining us once again, and we hope to see you next week. So peace out.
Peace.